high-stakes world of reality television, a single moment can transform a quiet teenager into a global phenomenon. But what happens when that same star seemingly vanishes into thin air just as their career is supposed to ignite? Tonight, we are investigating the curious case of Courtney, the explosive vocalist who shocked the world on America's Got Talent back in 2018. While millions expected her to dominate the charts by 2026, the reality has been far more silent and mysterious than anyone could have predicted for a Golden Buzzer recipient. Reports from across the industry suggest that her absence wasn't a lack of talent, but rather a calculated withdrawal from a system that many insiders claim was designed to exploit her raw energy. As we peel back the layers of her 2026 status, we find an artist who has spent years in the shadows, navigating a complex web of legal battles and personal growth that the public was never meant to see until now. Before the music even started, the narrative was set. A shy, trembling 13-year-old girl who could barely speak to the judges, yet internal documents and past footage tell a much more complicated story. Shortly after her debut, serious accusations surfaced regarding the authenticity of her shy persona, as internet sleuths uncovered her previous success as a finalist on The Voice Kids UK. This revelation sparked a massive controversy that labeled her an industry plant in the eyes of many skeptical viewers. For a news reporter, this raises a critical question. Was the shy girl act a genuine reflection of a nervous child? Or was it a carefully crafted marketing strategy designed by producers to maximize emotional impact? The backlash was swift and brutal, creating a digital scar that Courtney would carry for years, proving that in the age of the internet, a hidden past is a liability that can overshadow even the most undeniable vocal talent on a global stage. Behind the glitz of the $1 million prize and the promises of a Las Vegas residency lies the golden cage of major label contracts, a reality Courtney allegedly faced immediately after her season ended. While the public celebrated her partnership with label, sources close to the production suggest that the creative freedom she was promised quickly evaporated under corporate pressure. The industry machine reportedly attempted to sanitize her jagged, rock and roll soul into a more commercial pop product that would appeal to a wider, safer demographic. This led to a standoff between a young artist who knew her identity and a label that only saw a brand to be managed. Negotiating with the biggest names in the business is a daunting task for any veteran, let alone a teenager, and this conflict is widely believed to be the primary reason why her debut album remained stuck in development hell for over half a decade, while her momentum slowly faded. Between 2019 and 2024, Courtney became a ghost in the very industry she was supposed to lead, leading to a frantic wave of speculation regarding her mental and physical well-being. When a viral star stops posting and stops performing, the vacuum is quickly filled with dark rumors. Some fans feared she had fallen off the deep end or was dealing with the heavy toll of child stardom. In the world of investigative reporting, we look for the why behind the silence, and for Courtney, the answer appears to be a total media blackout enforced by legal disputes. She wasn't just resting. She was reportedly fighting to be released from obligations that no longer served her artistic vision. During this period, the shy girl mystery deepened, as cryptic social media posts were the only breadcrumbs left for that was beginning to wonder if she had walked away from the microphone for good to find peace in a life away from the blinding camera lights. The transition from a normal school life to international scrutiny is a path paved with hidden dangers, and Courtney's inner circle has hinted at the heavy mental burden she carried during her hiatus. To avoid sensitive phrasing, we must acknowledge that the pressure of being a child prodigy often leads to a significant struggle with one's own identity and sense of security. Sources indicate that the 2026 Courtney is a survivor of a system that often discards young talent once the initial hype dies down. She reportedly faced significant challenges in maintaining her confidence after the initial industry plant accusations surfaced, leading to a period of intense reflection. This wasn't just a break from music. It was a necessary retreat to prevent a total personal collapse that has claimed so many other stars before her. Her story in 2026 is less about a comeback and more about a recovery from the high-velocity impact of reality TV fame that almost extinguished her creative fire. In a stunning move that sent shockwaves through the music business in late 2025, Courtney officially severed ties with the traditional major label system to reclaim her destiny. This was a high-risk gamble that few artists of her caliber are willing to take, as it meant giving up the massive marketing budgets and distribution power of a global conglomerate. By choosing the independent path, she effectively exposed the limitations of the old guard, proving that a dedicated is more valuable than a restrictive contract. This 2026 pivot marks the birth of a new era where Courtney is no longer a product to be sold, but a creator in full control of her master recordings and her image. For our investigative report, this represents a significant shift in power dynamics. She has traded the safety of a corporate giant for the freedom to release music that is raw, unfiltered, and potentially too real for the mainstream radio stations that once tried to change her. If you were expecting the polished pop rock of a talent show contestant, the 2026 release of Miss Jagged will come as a genuine shock to your system. Courtney's new sound is a gritty, blues-infused rebellion that leans heavily into the uncomfortable parts of her journey, moving far away from the Joplin Tribute Act label. Our analysis of her recent performances shows a woman who has found a new, lower register and a lyrical depth that addresses her industry trauma head-on. She is no longer playing a character for the judges. She is telling a story of survival and defiance. This musical evolution is a direct response to the years of being told to tone it down, and it serves as a sonic middle finger to the executives who thought they could mold her into a generic star. The 2026 sound isn't just a genre change. It's a declaration of war against the expectations placed upon her as a 13-year-old, proving that the shy girl has finally found her roar. Courtney's journey serves as a definitive case study on the dangers of the reality TV machine, a system that often prioritizes a shocking narrative over the long-term health of its contestants. Investigative journalists have long criticized these programs for over-editing personalities to fit a specific archetype, and Courtney's 2026 perspective confirms many of these fears. She was cast as the underdog, a role that she eventually found suffocating and dishonest to her true nature. The 2026 mystery is solved when you realize that the girl the world saw in 2018 was a version of Courtney created for ratings, not the artist she actually was. This manipulation of reality is a common tactic in the industry, but Courtney is one of the few who has had the courage to publicly dissect the experience after the fact. Her story is a warning to every aspiring artist. The platform that gives you a voice can also be the one that tries to tell you exactly what to say and how to feel. Even as she finds her footing in 2026, the rumor mill continues to churn with speculations about her rebellion and the true nature of her departure from the mainstream. Some industry veterans suggest that her independent status is a cover for being difficult to work with, a common label used to discredit women who demand creative control. Others speculate that there are secret clauses in her old contracts that still prevent her from speaking the full truth about her time. As a reporter, we must look at the hidden conflicts that still linger in her lyrics and her interviews. There are hints of a legal gag order that may only expire years from now, meaning the full story of her 2026 mystery may still be partially obscured by red tape. However, the defiance in her eyes during recent live streams suggests that she is no longer afraid of the consequences that kept her silent for so many years during her mid-teens. After years of silence, controversy, and a near-total disappearance, the 2026 verdict on Courtney is finally clear. She is a survivor of an industry that tried to own her soul. Her story isn't just about a girl with a big voice. It's about the unseen struggle for authenticity in a world that values viral moments over artistic integrity. As she continues her journey as an independent powerhouse, she leaves us with a thought-provoking question about our own role as consumers of entertainment. Do we want real artists with complex histories, or do we prefer the polished lies that reality TV feeds us every season? Courtney has finally unmasked the mystery, proving that while she may have started as a shy girl on a stage, she has ended up as a warrior in the studio. Her 2026 chapter is just the beginning of a legacy that belongs to her and her alone, free from the strings of the puppet masters who once thought they could control the storm.